Eyeglasses Smart Choice Excerpt. This book is an excerpt from what you will find in the complete edition of Eyeglasses Smart Choice. You will find illustrations that are identical to those found in the complete digital book. Of course, the descriptions or explanations are more concise. The complete work touches on the following points: the vision, the prescription, the materials of which eyewear and their forms are made, the materials and the different types of ophthalmic lenses, in what way the power of a lens is obtained, what are treatments and tints available for glasses. A section is dedicated to different situations that arise during a consultation for the acquisition of a visual orthosis. 3 demonstrations are available. Find out if a lens is polarized, the effect of the size of a lens on the thickness, and determine the lens size required for eyeglasses. As this is an excerpt, all these elements will not be addressed. Vision, myopia, hyperopia and astigmatism are refractive disorders, that is, the light does not focus precisely on the retina. One way to correct these disorders is to wear glasses. There are certainly other solutions such as contact lenses and refractive surgery, but these 2 remedies are not part of the subject discussed here. Myopia is a vision disorder where the person sees blurred afar. The image of a point is no longer a point but a spot on the retina. The perception of a distant object is fuzzy. The further away the object is, the more it is fuzzy, depending on the value of myopia. All in all, the myopic sees far less than near. This can be corrected by glasses, contact lenses or by refractive surgery. The focus of an object located at infinity is in front of the retina. The image that will be made on the retina will be more spread out and blurred. Presbyopia is a vision disorder that makes it difficult to focus the vision to read or to work closely. It is not a disease but a process of normal aging of the eye, and more particularly of the crystalline lens, which scleres while hardening. This process of aging begins at birth, but its effect appears classically between the age of 40 and 45. Presbyopia evolves rapidly between the onset of its effect and 60 years old, which requires frequently changing the power of corrective lenses. After 65 years of age, presbyopia is almost at its maximum effect and then evolves almost none. It is a common affliction in the elderly, whose correction by glass is easy. However, nearly 400 million people in the world do not have such a correction and are handicapped by this anomaly. Further information is available in the complete work. The illustration demonstrates what a person with no vision impairment perceives when presbyopic. These are 2 photographs taken at different times and different places. They have been manipulated to form a single image. Some places present you with modified images to demonstrate the effects of more efficient lenses. Still do not believe what our eyes make us see. Ophthalmic prescription is written by a vision professional. It indicates all the parameters deemed necessary by the prescriber to produce corrective lenses for a patient. The parameters indicated on the prescription include the diopter power of each lens to be made in order to correct the visual blur due to a refractive disorder such as myopia, hyperopia, astigmatism, and/or presbyopia. Several values are written there: SPH, SIL, axis, prismatic value if necessary, distance of the lens while the exam is performed, vertex, as well as the addition which is required to correct the presbyopia, if required. Further information is available in the complete work. The illustration indicates that there are several different ways to enter the prescription required for a lens. All indicate the same power. The difference between these methods comes from the location or country in which the professional practices. Ophthalmic frames are made of different materials, whether plastic, metal or more noble such as gold, wood or horn. The components of different materials are extensively discussed in the complete work. Let's mention only in the context of this excerpt that not all metals are hypoallergenic. Many people can react to nickel that can end up in a metal frame. The different shapes of the lenses offered by the frames are also discussed, emphasizing the surface that they occupy according to a basic form. Ophthalmic lenses are mainly made of plastics. This was not always the case. Mineral, also called glass lenses, are still available, though rarely used. Whatever the material, glass or plastic, the lenses are divided into several materials that offer a different refractive index. The higher it is, the thinner the lens will be. One often mentions a thinned lens rather than indicating a lens of higher index. The result is used rather than the goal. Whatever the material used, the larger the surface of the lens, the thicker it will be. The higher the index, the higher the density, so it may be heavier than a lens with the same surface, even if the latter is slightly thicker. The lenses are divided into different categories, depending on their use. Single vision for far vision or reading only. Bifocals allow to see far away while being able to correct the presbyopia. Trifocals, just like bifocals, allows to correct the distant and close vision, while allowing a correction in intermediate distance. Progressive lenses are an improvement of trifocal lenses. They bring the sensation as close as possible to what we live in a natural way when we are still young and do not need correction for presbyopia. All these lenses, as well as many others, are addressed in the full version. The illustration is an image of a trifocal lens. The upper part is for distant vision. The smallest part in reverse D shape is the part of the bifocal. The lower part under the line is for the intermediate distance. There are two systems for indicating the measures taken for the production of eyeglasses: the box and the datum systems. In the first, it is like measuring the lens or the frame that contains it, as it is located in a box. Where the lens touches the box serves as the location to take the measurement. In the datum system, it is the center of the frame or lens that serves as a reference point, vertical and horizontal center. It is certain that the measures taken will differ according to the system used. The full version explains these differences and their consequences well. A demonstration is also available to show the effect of the position of the pupil in the frame on the required lens surface. The displayed image shows the difference between the two measurement systems, considering the height of a progressive lens. The red crosses indicate the position of the pupil. In the case of H1, the height is measured directly from the bottom of the frame to the pupil by measuring that line. H2 shows the same measurement but taken according to the tangent of the lowest point of the frame. You intend to order glasses online. Which system would you use? Treatments and tints, although addressed in two different sections in the complete work, for the excerpt they are addressed together. The different treatments for mineral lenses and for plastic lenses differ in many ways. The only treatment that has the same effect on both types of materials is the anti-reflection coating. Have you ever wondered? Why do I have an anti-reflection? For what reason do you have such a treatment on your glasses? So that we can better see your eyes when a photograph is taken, or is it to have a better vision? The reason is, of course, to have a better vision. The explanations are in the complete work. The shades are available for mineral lenses as well as for plastic lenses. Do they differ somewhat? Certainly. The photosensitive lenses are different from one material to another. Mineral lenses are available with a tint in the lens mass or on the surface. Plastic lenses are available with surface and absorption tints. Both materials can offer a polarized lens and a mirror finish on the outer surface. The illustration shows a lens whose back face has a surface tint while the front has a mirror layer. The complete work includes several other images and descriptions. Certain situations. I'm farsighted. Will my lenses be thicker if I select a half frame with which the lenses are held with a nylon thread? Of course it's possible, but your glasses will be thicker. Can I buy reading glasses in the drugstore or from similar type of store? Is it dangerous or harmful for my vision? The answer to these questions and several others are available in the complete work. This part of the excerpt is not part of the complete work. It is an addition, a bit like a bonus for reading the excerpt. The illustration can leave you puzzled. No, it is not a new flag. It is rather the illustration of frames whose temples have different openings, slightly tight, normal or too open. As with a traffic light, the background color indicates whether it is adequate or not. The one in the center, green color, the temples have a position that is 90 degrees from the front. The width of this frame is equivalent to the width of the wearer's head. That's what we need to look for better comfort, stability and durability. The one on the left, in the yellow color, may be adequate or not. Let's see why. If the width of the frame is slightly larger than the wearer's head, adjusting the temples inward makes the frame stable. It should be relatively comfortable. Overly cambered lenses can cause the sides to close, and if the wearer's head is slightly wider than the frame, the temples will cause undue pressure on each side of the head and push it forward. It will be less comfortable and less stable. That's the reason for the yellow color. The right frame, red background, thick lenses on the temporal side, myopic in general, can cause pressure on the circle opening the temples. The wearer may have a larger head width than the frame width. In either case, the open temples will give little support, the comfort will be minimal, and the bezel will not be stable. It is always preferable to select a spectacle of adequate width for the head width of the wearer, while taking into account the lenses that need to be inserted. Thank you for reading the excerpt.